Okay, so clearly turn the GoPro around to face myself because this might be a tale in two parts. So I'm just using the medium mod, the GoPro medium mod. Huh? Any spare change out of 100?
Hey?
You got any spare change out of 100? Alright, there we're gonna get out of this is after the Kia. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, so clearly I've got the medium mod turned around to face me. Or the GoPro to face me. I've got the media mod on. And I'm using that microphone from the media mod, which isn't supposed to be all that spectacular. But I just sort of turned the camera around this time because it's going to be a trip in two parts. Well, first because I'm heading down to my psychologist in town. So I'll be about an hour in there, and then when I'm finished, I'll turn the camera around and I'll do the rest of the ride home, facing the other way. But if you're curious at all, I've been seeing a psychologist, the same one actually, for a good couple of years. Takes a while, as they say. It helps. I get the I can't remember, healthcare package from the government, which gives me a rebate, a Medicare rebate, makes it a little bit more affordable. But it is an expensive exercise to see a psychologist. The only thing I'll say about it is if you're watching this and you've considered at all for any reason that you think you need or should or would like to see a psychologist, then I'd recommend to do so. They're worth their weight in gold. So coming up to, I don't know how this is going to record. I don't think it'll be that brilliant, but anyhow, coming up to Tor Street again. Sometimes I can wriggle my way all the way up to the front, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen today. Stuck out here in the back, I might even take me 2 sets of lights to get through. And it's our turn. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Come on. They don't give us a lot of time. I'm not going to. Go, 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 go. Jesus Christ. Come on. Big fat Audi Quattro? No, what are they? Q7, 3 litre turbo diesel injection. I'd love to get a drive of one of those one day. Seemed like a pretty flash looking piece of machinery. They're not a off-road four-wheel drive, they're just a SUV, I think, don't they? Looks pretty flash. Big fat tyres. Oh, this traffic is nuts today. What is it, Thursday? Payday. Eagles shits. Will shit a bit later on. my credit card and a few other bills and save up a few other things that won't be much left. I have been putting a little bit away each week to buy a carton of lager from a place called Heads of Noosa, who brew predominantly lager beers. And the last time I went for a ride on this bike, a long ride, about 6 hour day, 6 hours of riding, we went there and I could only have 2 beers, but I had 2 of these Pilsner lagers. They're just phenomenal. So today today's pay I'll take it up to $100, which means I'll be able to order it and get it mailed up online. It should be here sometime next week. So I'm really looking forward to that. But if you like a good, well-brewed lager, I can recommend Heads of Noosa from Noosa Heads. Jesus, this is that nutty roundabout again on the corner of, does it take Anzac Avenue, West Street and the beginning of Russell Street, or the end, whichever way you look at it. And yeah, people just don't know what they're doing. And you'll get one person every now and then will just stop for everyone, which is frustrating. Waiting. Nearly always have to wait for traffic to come through from Russell Street before we can get a crack at it. Here we go. No, oh, what'd you stop for? Come on! Fucking hell. Where are we? Coming up to Clifford Street, nearly at my psychologist's business. Oh, you're turning. Oh, you're stopping. Jesus fucking Christ. Traffic. Straight again, and I have to turn right into Mill Street. Oh, that's right, bloody school's gone back. Just had a fortnight of school holidays. You get used to it so quickly. Then all the kids go back to school and freaking cars everywhere. So you had 4 chances to go through there, mate. What are you doing? Go, you, go! Here we are. And there's no parks. Okay, to go around the front. Alright, see you in a little bit. Alrighty, well, just finished with my psychologist. I have to say that was a rather interesting session. Be kind, people, that's all I can say. too much pain in the world. Now, obviously I've turned the camera around and we're doing part 2. And I worked out, well, there's 2 things happening. I've got the GoPro mounted on a little magnetised tripod called 3-footed Monster. I will do a review about it probably sometime over the weekend, but it's a great little tool. I need to raise it up a bit more so you're not seeing so much dash. It only arrived in the mail yesterday, and I actually stuck it in the fridge last night. When I went to pull it off the fridge this morning, I nearly pulled the fridge over. The magnets are that strong. So I've got no fear of it actually falling off. It's stuck on the fuel tank at the moment. I really wish at this stage that I had a metal mudguard on the front of the bike so I could stick it on there just for a different angle, but it's plastic, unfortunately. A second thing is I worked out what I was doing with my wired lav mic yesterday, and that was that I had changed the setting on the GoPro to a powered microphone, which the wired lav isn't, and so it just wouldn't accept it. I changed that and we're back to normal. I didn't like the sound quality that much from the Rode Go 2 yesterday. It wasn't bad, but I like this little wired lav at the moment. So that's the old flour mill on the left there. It doesn't get used anymore. It was bought by somebody and then they just stopped using it. Defiance flour. You remember using Defiance flour? Making your cakes? Well, that was here from Toowoomba. We used to have a lot of factories. I used to, my first job was at KO Darling Downs, making all the hams and silverside, cooking it actually. It was a good job, but they're gone. There's all the buildings, everything's been gone. Milk factory, that's gone. But I think that's probably a similar story to a lot of cities all over Australia. Oh, I hate that when you just get going and a freaking red light. It's 4 in a row here. The one I was just at, then this one, then another one, then another one. But we're on Reference Street. What happens here? The Mill Precinct. We've got the Spotted Cow Hotel on my right. You can't see that. It's just been recently been sold and bought by new owners, and we've changed the whole facade. Bunnings up here on the left is fairly new. I was probably, I don't know, it was there when COVID started, 2 years, 3 years ago maybe. See, another friggin' set of traffic lights. What else can I talk about? I'm a bit lost for words at the moment. I've got a lot on my mind from the psychologist session. There was a story I read a couple of days ago, news story in France about the abuse of over 300,000 children in France over the last 70 years by the Catholic Church, and it's kind of done my head in a little bit. I just don't know how adults, responsible adults with authority can behave in such a way. I don't believe in God, not for a minute, but I tell you what, if God has a plan, it's pretty fucked. A few spits of rain too. Wind's picking up. We might get a little shower yet this afternoon. Wasn't predicted on the weather report, but I'll take anything I can get. This is our driest part of the year. August, September, October. October can be either or. It can be bloody dry, it can be bloody wet. But so far, it's chosen to be bloody dry. Oh, we didn't get our turning arrow. What's wrong? Skyline and drag race. Here we are, home again. I've noticed the last two videos have had 6 views, but I also know that 2 of those are mine. So there's 4 people out there so far looking at these videos. If you're one of them, thanks. And I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.